As a bankruptcy lawyer, here's something that I wish that people knew before January hits. My name is Veronica Batt. I'm a bankruptcy and debt attorney in Florida. As bankruptcy lawyers, we see people make the same mistakes over and over again come January. Once last year's bills start hitting, what we typically see people do is we see them take money out of their 401k to try to stop the bleeding. Now, this is a mistake for many reasons typically. First of all, you're turning an exempt asset, a 401k, into a non-exempt asset. Most of the time, taking that money out is not going to actually solve the debt problem. And then, of course, the other pitfall of that is it's a tax consequence to you. So that is mistake number one. All right, and that brings me to mistake number two. Something that we're starting to see a lot of right now is people taking home equity lines of credit out to pay unsecured debt. So we're talking second mortgages and things like that. That is such a huge mistake because your homestead is generally fully protected in the state of Florida from creditors and in bankruptcy if you meet certain requirements. So all of a sudden you're turning an exempt asset, something that's fully protected, into you're like linking it to your credit cards. Terrible idea. Most of the time you probably could have gotten rid of that credit card debt in bankruptcy or personal loans or what have you, payday loans and things like that. So that's big mistake number two. That brings me to mistake number three. Moving money around. When people start getting scared, they start scrambling, they start moving money around, taking cash advances, robbing Peter to pay Paul. They start giving money to friends and family. And if you're even thinking about filing bankruptcy, that's going to complicate your case later on. So bad idea. Do not start moving money and assets around, changing the title of cars to other people's names. Talk to a bankruptcy lawyer first. There's literally no need for that. Courts are going to see right through that anyway. Courts are not that stupid. And that brings me to mistake number four, which is tax refunds. So this is tax refund season. So people, a lot of times, they start getting their tax refunds and thinking, wow, this is going to solve all my problems. Or they go out and spend it in a weekend on a trip or something like that. And that is a big mistake. There are ways to use your tax refund in a way that it can actually serve you. We have a lot of clients that actually use their tax refund to pay for their bankruptcy, which is a great idea because you can start out the new year by getting rid of all your debt instead of trying to plug all these holes on a sinking ship with that money, which oftentimes isn't going to solve the problem, and you're going to be right back in the same predicament. And mistake number five, I lied. There's another mistake that I thought of off the cuff. Mistake number five is not talking to a bankruptcy lawyer soon enough. I cannot stress this enough. You don't have to carry old debt with you into another year, old problems, old debt, old stress. Talking to a bankruptcy lawyer is just a conversation. It doesn't mean you have to file bankruptcy. It just means you're going to have all of your options, okay? Most bankruptcy lawyers offer free consultations. You have nothing to lose. So I strongly recommend that you talk to a bankruptcy lawyer near you and starting this new year. So, fresh start, new you, new year, right? And we'd love to be a part of it.